Welcome back everyone for episode 9, Beyond Survival. This is the place where we get to explore what comes after survival. I'm Geraldine, this is my co-host Kelly, and our co-host, super host, Gizmo. We have an amazing producer in the background who would like to be acknowledged, Stephanie. So shout out to everybody and thanks for joining us again. We've got quite a big theme and we've got lots to cover today, so grab yourself a cuppa. We'll grab ourselves a cuppa.
On that note, I'm going to pour us a cup of Jordan so it doesn't get cold. This is the constant bone of my contention with these podcasts, is we always.
Thank you, Kel.
Yeah, I might just.
So today we've got a beautiful chai tea, Kelly's special recipe. I do it slightly differently.
But mine's better.
Pretty darn good. Well, that's a challenge, isn't it? And, well, Cal, what have we got on the table?
Okay. Let's do.
Sorry. Steph just wants to be part
Can
of the
you pass me
show.
a cup? It's too far away.
Front of the scenes, not behind the scenes. Actually, just
I'm invisible, guys.
You're not invisible.
Well,
Trust me. You're not invisible.
We see you, Stephanie.
Yeah. Thank you. There's hardly any left now. That's why. Hope no one wants a second cup.
Gizmo suddenly become invisible.
Yeah, because he's had enough. Hey, Giz,
Gizmo,
come up here. Come on.
You're part of the show.
And guess, look at this. Gizmo is colour-coded. We're colour-coded with Gizmo today.
Kelly and I never talk about what we're going to wear. And
we never
seem
do.
to wear the same colours.
We always just end up matching.
Or similar palette, anyway.
And you've all had your hair done.
And
I can't imagine who did our hair for us.
and including Gizmo.
The producer, Stephanie, is a multi-talented person.
Stephanie Davis.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to mention your surname,
Yeah.
Steph? An amazing...
Yeah, with her surname's out there on social media everywhere. Sunday Films is actually...
Someday Pictures.
Someday Pictures.
Oh my God! Okay, one more time. Someday Pictures is actually Stephanie Davis, our producer. Multi-talented person. Started out in hairdressing and then did film makeup and then became a producer. So we're very lucky to have her. We're very blessed to have her. And she doesn't get enough acknowledgement because she's actually quite an amazing person. All right. We probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me.
That is guaranteed, everybody.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be sitting here at the same time.
No.
You would be talking about this podcast that you're going to do.
We only did it for 7 years on my case and 2 years for you. So, we're all good.
2 years, but anyway, I was thrown in the deep end, let's face it.
So was
But I did that deliberately because I knew you'd freak out on me. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to wake up one morning and I'm just going to say, okay, we've got all the planning in place. Let's just start filming the first episode. That's exactly what we're doing. And Geraldine said, I didn't bring any clothes. I'm in my work clothes, Kelly. And I said, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Actually, I wore a dress that week.
You did, but it was still you were still concerned about it. And then Katrina, my niece, had a look at some of the footage before we posted and she said, that's a neo-Nazi move, Kelly. You should never have let her put her hair up that way. That's a beauty crime.
Neo-Nazi.
Yeah, she said that's a neo-Nazi move, Kelly.
Oh, anyway, can you get on with
Oh
that?
dear, it's so funny. She's a millennial, by the way. They don't hold back, do they? They just say exactly what they think.
So, what lies beyond? So you mentioned Transcendence. So as I said, it's a very big topic this week, and let's see if we can actually stay on topic.
We'll do our best, but it always just flows.
Yeah, so, and the Transcendence isn't about willpower. We were talking about this before we started the whole series.
Well, I think the title of the episode is Transcendence is not a to-do list.
That's it.
It's not something you can put on your to-do list and say, out of sheer willpower, I'm going to make this happen.
Yes.
It's quite the opposite, actually. It's like, meditation stuff. If you chase it too hard, it's elusive. It's an organic thing that happens because you're already in the flow. When you're in the flow, when you're not pushing up against everything or trying to make things happen out of willpower, you're just in the flow. Life just presents you with the opportunities, just very easily comes to you. You don't have to work it hard at all.
Reflections, not quite, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's not something you have to push uphill. That's all. That's really all it's about. Transcendence is not a to-do list situation. It's so far removed from that. Yeah.
As I say, it's the journey.
Yeah, well, I think but the journey, like anger's appropriate in some circumstances to drive you forward, and I think willpower is too.
It's the journey, not the destination.
Yeah, but what happens is we get stuck in those loops of, if this is not working, I need to work harder, I need to push it harder, I need to, and I can't. It took me a long time to learn this because I come from a family of alcoholics who, as long as you work hard, you can make it happen, sort of thing.
Probably the same, yes.
But what I had to do was learn, sometimes if you've tried to do the same thing 5 or 6 times and what I call pushing it uphill, sometimes there's the place where you say, okay, we're not on the right track here, we just need to let it go. And we've done a few times, even in the making of this podcast. We've done that a number of times already, haven't we, really?
What's that pushed uphill to get us?
No, stop pushing uphill when we realised it was off track.
Exactly.
Yeah, when we felt like it was off track, we've just stopped. Like, we've literally, there's 2 episodes that we filmed that you guys will never see because we realised we were off track. And so it was just, I just binned them.
Too many things happened that said no.
Yeah, that's it. When it pushes up against you and it keeps saying no, then I think that's the time to listen. And that's the time to move into a more space of flow and just put it out there, put the intention out there still, but then let's see what comes back after that. As soon as it starts feeling like, and I'm not talking about doing the 9 yards and the hard stuff, that's always a given, that's problem-solving stuff more than anything else. I'm talking about when just look at F47, right? He was just so determined about the tariffs that was the right way to go. He bought into that belief system when he was in the 1980s, and he's never let go of it. And that's why he's so obsessed and determined to show that he was right. And that's why he needed that hat that he had, Trump was right about everything. Like, I mean, that's just so stupid, but that was he was wearing it in the Oval Office, for goodness sake. And that's him, really, because he doesn't believe his own lies anymore. Often liars, when they continue to lie, and let's face it, just in this 8 months, I think he's told something ridiculous like, I don't know, recorded 10,000 lies or something. I don't know, it's in the thousands, it's ridiculous. Like, somebody's actually counted it. But he's lied his whole life. And usually people in those situations begin to believe their own lies. I think what he's finding now is that his own lines are collapsing back in on himself. He's seen. He's looking at that meeting.
It's not sustainable.
No, it's not. Well, he's 80, remember? He managed to keep it sustainable for a lifetime, really. But I think it'll be the end of him in the end. And you just saw recently, his reaction to, the so-called summit in China. And, he was in the Oval Office talking to the Prime Minister from Poland. And he, at that same time, kind of, when one of the journalists asked him a question, what he thought about what was going on. He says, it looked like a good parade. And, they knew I would be watching. They did it for my benefit. Well,
about him, according to him.
He did it. He said, they knew I was watching. Of course they did, But I kind of saw a little glitch in his argument there where I thought, even you don't believe that. This time, you don't believe your own lies now.
Yeah, I love watching body language.
Yes, that's precisely what I'm talking about, and intonation about certain things. So you could see that he himself was no longer confident. It was almost like you could see the penny drop that, I've been scammed. They've played me, and now they're out and proud about playing me. He knows that. Yeah. You'd have to be pretty bloody... He is stupid, but you'd have to be really, really, really stupid. And I think he's streetwise enough to know, I've been played well and truly, haven't I? By all of them, sort of thing. And whilst that's dangerous with the rest of the world, this new order that seems to be developing, I'm kind of glad that he sort of finally can see the fruits of his labour.
Well, it's
not in a good way.
All hasn't played out yet, but
anyway,
there's
cup of tea.
We all need a little bit of a break.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm only just talking about that quickly, but essentially this what we want to weave into today. Oh my God, I just said that word again. What? It's like
reclaim.
It's like
Reclaim it.
I can't. I don't feel it yet. I can only reclaim what I feel it.
Weave. It's a human word.
Yes, I know.
And in textile circles, it's...
Thank you for that, Jolie. That might make it softer
a lot of
landing
people
for
say.
me.
Yeah.
Textiles.
Actually, shout out to my friends in an exhibition, Narrative Threads.
Okay.
Speaking of textiles.
Yep.
And at the Laneway Art Space.
I saw that. Yeah, I did come across my feed.
Organised by Gabrielle Maslewski and Pauline White, and I think it's WAFTA, West Australian Fibre and Textiles Association. Anyway, amazing exhibition.
So those of you who are in Perth, if you get a chance to go and see, go see.
It's the inaugural WA Fibre and Textiles Award.
Look at this little baby
the
here.
first time. Can you believe
that's
the first time there's been a WA Fibre and Textiles?
No, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
So,
mind you, that would be coming from Curtin because they're the textile kind of the person who's in charge of the textile kind of part of that department in fine arts. She's been working very hard, I think, over to make textiles more an art form rather than just being seen as a elective.
The work is incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing. Actually.
Yeah.
So anyway, shout out to Laneway
Well,
Art
as women,
Space.
we love textiles, don't we?
Yeah. Well, and that's where I'm reclaiming that word.
Okay.
And also, I'm
not there yet, but I'll try.
We don't often do this, but we, in WA, we open events with our
let's do
paying
that.
respects to the Whadjuk Noongar people and to past, present and future generations. I guess why I wanted to mention that is that we probably have an audience beyond WA and Australia that may not be aware of.
100%.
And we live in the southwest. I really like to localise our talk as well. So we live in the land of Whadjuk Noongar, the people of this area, the Noongar people, and the region, the Whadjuk Noongar area is the region of Perth, bioregion of, how many times can I say region?
I don't know, as many times as you like, really. I don't think it matters.
It's the people,
I don't know, again, look, I don't know what other countries call it. Just regional just means outside of the metropolitan area. I'm assuming it means the same thing.
Yeah, the bioregion of the Swan Coastal Plain. And I probably should have this fact at the top of my mind. Stephanie can tell us how many different groups of Indigenous people there are across Australia. But this is the people of this area. And I also want to mention that we're in the Djilba season, which the Indigenous have 6 seasons, and I want to mention it because it's just so relevant to where we are at in the seasons. The Djilba is the
I explained
first
first that
spring.
Our Indigenous have 6 seasons, not 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to do, yes.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, did I still...
No, because I said 6 seasons and then you...
Oh, did you?
I just want to explain.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Did I
right.
not say that loud enough?
Yeah, I didn't hear it, sorry.
Oh, what happened to our microphones?
Oh my God.
Shall we start
I
again?
can't put them in. We can just take a break.
In Australia, there are 17 formally recognised Indigenous regions.
Okay.
So that's the Northern Territory regions like Almond Land, Daly River and Alice Springs, Queensland regions like Cape York and Torres Strait, Western Australia regions like Kimberley and the Pilbara, South regions like Tasmania and the Southeast.
And how many different dialect? Yeah.
There are hundreds of different, distinct nations and language groups within them.
Yeah.
See, this is because you hurried us, Stephanie.
Hurried you. What
rag.
time were we supposed to start? 12:30 is the start time. What time?
Sorry, Stephanie.
What time did we start? 1:30.
Sorry, Stephanie. Okay.
So we have actually across Australia, according to our producer, Stephanie, we have 17 nations. But regions, sorry. I'm gonna start
Is that
again.
across all of Australia or just Western Australia?
17 regions. Is that across Australia?
That's across all of Australia.
Oh,
But in
okay.
actual fact, we've got hundreds of dialects.
Oh my
and
goodness, so many.
of
Maybe
what they
even
call
more than hundreds.
Nations. Hundreds, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very interesting place
I
that we
actually
live.
we did a little thing called Keepers of the Language, which was all about the Indigenous language.
Mm-hmm. In WA.
WA,
or-
yeah.
Okay.
A little.
Probably what would be our main one in Western Australia would be Noongar, wouldn't it?
Noongar.
Yeah.
Well, it's the southwest, yeah. There's lots of regions in WA, because WA is absolutely huge. I don't know what, is it a third of
Australia? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In land.
And what
It's not in population.
Yeah.
In land.
And I wanted to mention Djilba because I can't connect with, with spring, autumn, summer. It just doesn't work, and winter doesn't really work for our region. So Djilba is the first spring. It is where our weather changes from wet days into warmer days, basically. They call it's the season of conception. So, this is not what's happening in people's bedrooms. We're not talking about that. We're talking about plants and land and nature. And it also, so it's a mixture of wet days with increasing number of clear, cold nights and pleasant, warm days. And that's exactly what's happening in Perth right now.
Yes,
So, for us to be saying that we're suddenly in spring just does not make any sense.
And I'll post Nungali, who's one of our StudioZer0 artists, which we're going to do a piece on him in a few episodes. But I'll post some of his works. He did a series of paintings that represented all 6 seasons. In his tribal kind of reference point to the seasons.
Would be similar. He's in the Balladong area.
Balladong area, and they also did an opera about the area that he's one of the traditional owners of. I think we've said that somewhere before in the past. But anyway, from that whole thing, when he was doing work for the Venice Biennale last year, it was all about the seasons, the 6 seasons. So we learned a lot about all of that.
Well, I think, we're lucky in Australia to have this subculture or culture, and moving forward as well as looking in the past and the present. Yeah, basically, and looking at really more accurately what's happening with our land, and a respect for land in relation to the fertility cycles. So anyway, I would like to put that out there. Thank you. And paying respects to all of our Aboriginal elders and the people of the land, really. So what have we got prepared here on the table?
Okay.
Speaking of the land and the people of the land.
Yeah, so again, it was a joint effort between Maria, Fiona and myself.
Amazing. And
so over on the stand there is, actually they've caught the name, the recipe is a Thermomix recipe, which again we can do manually. Raspberry tarts, but I think they're more like a cross between cupcakes and muffins with raspberries, but a lot lighter, fluffy, sort of, really, really nice. Like we had some yesterday. So good. Oh, okay. So good.
I haven't tried them yet. So
and the one in front is meant to be chew pastry. Probably I would do next time. I use, whenever I do a new recipe, I always follow it. Oh, exactly. So that you can, that's the one there, so that you can see how. But if I did this again, I would do my own chew pastry, the same chew pastry, the same one I do for my profiteroles. But essentially, it's got homemade custard, of course. It's got homemade hazelnut paste cream, and then it's chew pastry on the outside with almonds on the top, and they call it a Paris Brest. So that's the name of it, Paris Brest, being B-R-E-S-T, not B-R-A-S-T. So I don't know whether that helps the cause.
B-R-E-S-T.
Yeah, I don't know whether that really helps their cause with it, but maybe a little sleight of hand on there.
What are the other ones?
They're raspberry. They call them raspberry tarts, but they're more raspberry cupcake / muffin. Bit of a hybrid like us. They are delicious. We obviously haven't tasted this one yet because you can only assemble it in the morning that you want to use it, which Geraldine has done. So actually there's 4 of us that made that.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah, Fiona did the hazelnut cream. Maria did the...
It wasn't working for a while.
Maria did the custard. I tried to do the choux pastry and fix it, but...
it looks amazing.
It looks amazing, but it's a little less... You know me, I'm always going to be critical about it should be.
Yes.
But yes, anyway.
Your restaurant perfect.
But you know what? I could actually do with one of those raspberry tarts right now.
Okay, here we go.
Because they're divine.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
And then we'll cut the bigger one later because it's messy. I don't know
how many podcasts people actually get eat on their or their
Ones that
while
have
they're
food
talking.
shows. Well, really, I was just thinking that it's really
No,
like I
there's
started
heaps
off
I'm
as
sure. Yeah.
started off as art, and now I've
think
even
I need
forgotten.
that.
Started off as what?
Yum.
Art, spirit, and
Yeah,
geopolitics.
yeah.
But we were always
And
we
food.
were all foodies, and so this was let's cook some food and have a tea party because that's what we would do if we were sitting around having a conversation anyway.
It's delicious.
Isn't it amazing?
Mm.
Sorry, everybody, but it is really amazing.
Yeah.
What's making it so amazing? It's just so crunchy, but I must admit, anything with
Crunchy on the
rice
outside and yummy on the inside.
Yeah.
And this is
Here's some
gluten-free,
muffin.
is it?
Mm-hmm.
Before Geraldine composts and dies.
I probably won't.
From the pleasure of eating that.
I think what makes it nice is the fresh raspberry.
Mm.
The flavour kind of goes through the cakey part, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Which you don't expect because we just, when we made the dough, we just pushed them in the top.
That's a bit good.
Anyway,
That
bon
is-
appetito.
Transcendental.
It is transcendental, absolutely.
Mm.
Now, do we want to
Foods
talk
that-
about the fact that last week, we talked about Iran, and now, Qatar. So, how many times, Geraldine? How many times
I don't
has
know. What are we going to do? Well, Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Nostradamus.
Who? We're just being silly.
Can I just also add before we forget, it's Are You Okay Day today.
That's what, sorry?
Are you okay?
Yeah, WA.
Oh,
Are
WA,
you
that's
okay?
right. Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm pretty good.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
I'm
Are you
okay.
okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. Is everyone
That's
okay?
our okay. Sorry.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, I feel
It is a good thing.
I feel rocked by what's happening in the world, but not at the same time.
I know.
So
because,
not-
you know what?
well-
I really hope this is not the truth, but I do feel like we're getting a little bit numb with it.
Mm.
That's my biggest fear,
Yeah,
is that it becomes normalised.
yeah. Well,
That is what we do not want, guys. We do not want to feel like it's normalised because then we're going to be
Yeah.
up to doo-doo land.
Well, and the reality is our media really doesn't quite tell the truth, and really it's up to us all to work out really what's going on behind the scenes.
No, well, I think
I mean, I watched the news.
the
last night.
networks. I haven't watched as you know, I haven't watched network news for 30 years, but because of all those reasons. But I think, the information is available if you want to look for it.
Well,
100%.
I
There's
have,
plenty of good podcasts out there. The political podcasts, Station America. That one of the ones I haven't mentioned in our podcast, which I absolutely love and adore, and I do think it's good. And I do think it gives a different kind of perspective, and that is The Rest is Politics. But the UK one with Alistair and Rory, and they one had been a journalist and political journalist, political science journalist for many years, and the other one had been a politician as well, minister in the UK. And now, anyway, so they're very informed and very good and very.
I haven't heard of
They kind of give because they're giving a perspective of that crossover, but from a UK voice. So anyway, if you get a chance to check them out, do so because they're great.
Did you see the Banksy that's outside of the law courts?
Is that the one that got posted?
The one that has...
The stitching?
No, it's an image of a judge, literally a protester, placard on the
by an
ground,
ICE
and
agent.
he's been beaten down, and there's a splattering of blood, and ironically where Banksy's works are usually celebrated, they covered it up pretty quickly and they had security. But what I love is the aftermath of English, I'm assuming English, local Londoners basically doing their pilgrimage to see the work, and they can't obviously put security on it constantly. It has been removed, but there's a shadow of it, which is fantastic. But the image I saw was literally a barrister or someone with the cloaks walking past and ignoring this incredible, very, potent work of Banksy that he just is. He cuts through. He's razor edge, and his
also though, what's good about Banksy and always, and I do agree with this, many artists wouldn't, but he does speak into the mainstream. It's accessible, and actually at the moment, We can't afford to be elitist with the art stuff. We have to be doing
He's
works
all the
that
way
are
through.
accessible for the general mainstream public, right? Otherwise, what's the point of having the conversation if we just keep it in? We tend to, I know in my arena anyway, of the style of art and the people I hang out with, we're installation artists, performance artists, whatever, and we tend to be a little bit insular. We tend to be, nobody else really is interested in what we're doing except for ourselves with each other, right? But I think now what's happening is it's spreading out into the wider space because it's necessary. And, you know, part of an artist's job is to commentate on, you know, political changes, cultural changes, areas of unrest. Otherwise, what's the point? That is, I do feel, I mean, every artist has their arena of interest, but for me, I hope in some way what I do, whatever that might be, can serve in a very small way. I get that humanity. But it can give it, what Banksy's done is given it a real voice for mainstream, so people can engage people who are completely non-art, you know.
And it is on the back of the most ridiculous changes in laws to make just having a placard saying Palestine Action Group, I think it is,
To be put in jail for that.
To compare that to terrorism when there's real acts of terrorism happening in Gaza and West Bank, and you know, Israel attacked 5 countries and 72.
It's just ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing that you told me last week.
We're just talking about Qatar being bombed. Well, they bombed Hamas. Well, the US invited Hamas to Qatar for peace talks. Can we?
That's why.
The world needs
That's
to stand
why
up
Netanyahu.
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 Who the hell is Netanyahu?
Who? That is why he did what he did at that timing. He's a heinous being. I mean, I use that word so often now. I've never used, maybe I said the word heinous in my life 10 times before the last 8 months. And I find almost every day, for me, it's a powerful word. The word heinous is a powerful word, and I find myself using it daily with the things that happen.
It's hard to absorb what's happening, but there's 2 last remaining Christian or Orthodox Christian churches remaining in Gaza. They've basically bombed every church, every denomination.
And the mosque. What about the mosque? Is there any mosques left?
No, they were long gone.
Long gone, that's what I thought, but I was just checking.
Including 5th century buildings we're talking about. And I think there's one...
He doesn't care.
No, evidently.
Can you speak into a little bit... We had a conversation off camera this morning about... I was asking Geraldine, because this is her... She studies that area a bit more than me, or follows it a bit more than me. And you said something very interesting, because I said to you, you know, I was thinking the other day, what if what's going on there, like, why Israel is repeating the pattern of the Holocaust, right? That's so weird to me. Like, you know, that's so backwards and weird. I mean, everything seems backwards and weird at the moment. I get that. And you said something to me this morning that I thought made sense.
I hope I get his name right. Gabor Maté. Can you check it out, Steph? Because I've been following someone.
I know, it's like...
Gabor Maté.
She's called my dyslexia.
Oh my goodness.
I've rubbed off on her.
He's an incredible... I think he's somebody who works with communities that are suffering trauma. And he is the child of Holocaust survivors as well. So, you know, he's not a young man, but he's working with Palestinian and Israel, has done for years, and has been speaking to Israel communities, which, you know, he is Jewish, and working and to cross that bridge of understanding and towards peace, and on a, as he calls it, a collective trauma of the Holocaust, and how people can transcend that, not perpetuate that. And that's really what we're seeing, isn't it? On the planet. And that's why we're here, Cal. We're talking about going beyond survival.
Yeah.
And
Gabor Maté.
Gabor Maté.
Dr. Gabor Maté.
Dr. Gabor Maté.
M-A-T-E. Hungarian-Canadian physician, best known for his pioneering work on trauma, addiction, and the mind-body
That's
connection.
Yes, yeah.
You're going to have to
Holocaust
repeat that.
survivor himself.
Addiction and what was it? Trauma, addiction, and
The mind-body connection.
that's what I absolutely love about him, and he really does. He's the a wisdom, a sage, and he's somebody who has come out of probably trauma in his DNA. Let's face it, humanity has trauma in its DNA.
Yeah, and trauma attracts trauma. We've had
that's-
that conversation
yes,
before.
that's
It's like
right,
when you carry trauma for too long, you just continue to attract more trauma.
Yeah.
So it's why it's important to transcend trauma, because you can attract it on an individual level, but you can also attract it on a collective level. And that's what I see happening in Israel and Gaza. Is that they've carried so much trauma, all of them, for so many years that now it's almost like they're mirroring each other's trauma, and and from that comes atrocities, not peace.
Yeah.
So, the only way that you can speak into peace or bring some sort of semblance of peace, which of course, I'm just going to continue to do that, take the piss out of
You
him.
can't laugh, you'll cry. Basically.
Yeah, that's it, you've got to take the piss. He does not care. He is on a mission in the same way that Putin is on a mission. It's like they've got tunnel vision and they can't see outside of their own story. And they're so determined because they believe, again, it's about that whole horrible thing of, believing that they are right and only they are right. And you've got a whole bunch of them at the moment out there, all these dictators who really believe they're all right. Our only saving grace is, I reckon, it'll fall into disarray when they all start arguing with each other, because there's so many multiple factions and layers within that alliance that has just formed.
I started to speak into it last week.
Although, mind you, Natu was not there.
I see it as a collective problem, and it's very controversial to even speak about it. But we're living in a system that is perpetuated and survives on the model of taking over countries for our resources. But it's been kind of hidden as an economic model.
Yeah.
And we can see it. Everything's
It's
transparent
a corporate.
now.
Yeah, that's it. It's been a corporate model that everybody's been on board with. By the way, that's what capitalism has. Come from that. You got the real turning point was the industrial age,
I actually don't
right?
think a lot of people even really can see the world this way, but we can see the ongoing pattern of the US, which is to take down leaders, plant their own stooges,
Patrimonialism.
patrimonialism. Well, it's been going on for a very long time.
Which is basically, for those of you, we've mentioned it before, but for those of you who may have missed those episodes, patrimonialism is simply like mafia style. It's all about loyalty and from the top to nothing in between, no middle class, making sure you eradicate the middle class, making sure you eradicate the weak. So you only want minions who are going to be your servants and that are loyal to you. And that's, I think, pretty close to what's happening in America, modern day version of that. It used to be the main governing system.
Yeah.
Going back to a while ago. Probably,
well,
really probably, I don't know, maybe even since Mesopotamia times.
I also noticed in people's conversations and conversations I've had is, and I'll probably get this word wrong, but I keep hearing people mention othering, where it's someone else.
Yeah.
It's always somebody else. It's Israel, it's Hamas, it's always someone else. And this is why I'm interested in connecting these dots, because I know that we're not really separate. Ultimately, we're not separate.
No. Well, that's why I wonder, coming back to transcendence, maybe there's some juice in that, in the way that I think I've mentioned before, do believe in past lives, and I do believe we keep coming back until we get it right. So that means that you can connect with the same people. What if what's happening over there has got something to do directly, some kind of karma being played out of what happened during the Holocaust? It's to me, it's just like they are literally doing to others what was done to their people.
But this is just the survival.
That's survival. No,
this is what we want to go beyond, isn't it?
Yeah. But to go beyond it, you first have to deal with the history, the culture. All those things are difficult to negotiate and shifts. We know culture's the last thing that shifts, but really, until that culture, shifts out of the blaming and shaming game and into a place of how can we move forward differently. So it's a healthier way. And they really did do that in the early days after World War II but then that's collapsing now because again we need something new. It's like it's old news now. It's it feels like you were saying last week, it's a crossroads moment.
We are.
But we have to get to the other side of that first. But there's a lot of trapdoors along the way, so we have to be.
Well, I'm very interested right now.
Vigilant in moving forward.
And this is why I'm so interested in what is happening in Gaza, West Bank, and so-called Middle East, and that whole region. I really followed the trail, and I think a lot of people have, and it's a revelation of our humanity and our inhumanity, and it's really is the collapse of our humanity. We've now seen medical professionals, aid workers, journalists, and now our churches. And I'm just wondering, and I know there's millions of people waking up to this.
Well, we just posted with our last episode, which just got posted like half an hour ago, no, 2 hours ago now. Australia, every single state against what was happening. Basically Free Palestine.
It is phenomenal.
So I put all those videos together from each state. So, hopefully if you're watching the last episode, go right through to the end, even if you just go to that chapter and just watch it. Because for us, that was a very profound moment in Australia, because I think in the early days, like even when we first started, there were some protests, but not at this level where the whole country and every state...
Australia seems to be one of the last places to. We are an apathetic nation.
We can be.
Various reasons.
Well, we're very. It's part of our nature and culture as well. Just
well, maybe it is about. Well, and don't put your head above the parapet.
Yeah, but then what's good about the Australian culture is when it does hit us, when it finally hits us, we are robust in our response. And that's what I was seeing with everyone in solidarity on the same day, protesting in every state. It was wonderful.
It was, but the first thing that came out of that was to send the Iranian ambassador back.
Yeah, but I actually understand that from a security level. They had no choice to do it. I get where you're coming from too. But I'm sorry, on this one, I'm with the government. They had no choice. He then became immediately a security risk, and he cannot be in the country with all the unrest going along in the world. You don't know who he really is, or what information he's passing back.
Yeah.
No, go say what you're going to say. It's good. It's good to have the debate.
Yeah, I haven't got quotes on the fly, but some of the things that the Israeli ambassador has said has been pretty. It's an abomination, really.
Yeah, but also what he said, the Iranian ambassador here.
Yeah, what did he say?
There was a lot of things that it was almost like he was a bit smarmy with it. I was watching them when they, had announced, and they were sort of filming him going into the ambassador, it's really a home sort of office in Canberra. And then, of course, when he was getting on the plane and stuff, and I thought, I just knew, I thought, no, they've absolutely done the wrong thing. That guy is not who he says he is. And look, you have to remember a lot of these guys they're like Putin. When you meet them, and even Trump, when you meet them, they're probably very likeable. They have a certain amount, it's like Hitler, right? Have a certain amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Transcendence.
No. We want to transcend them. It would be good if their whole personality, we could transcend their personality, we'd all be safer. But no, why do people like Trump? Right? Why do Russians still like Putin, even though he's, put them all at this risk and killing his own people for the sake of a bit of land? Why did people believe Hitler? You have to ask those questions. They're experts. They're professionals at being master manipulators. They know how to speak to the masses and be heard and be liked. And that's how it all starts, because once they get a following, look at F47. He really didn't take off until this term, because by then he had a really strong following with MAGA people, right? And once that boosts them up. And then the more people, and that was more than 30%. It's gone down to 30% now, but that was more than 30. That was something like 40% of the population.
Look, I lived, and we all lived the time when we put sanctions against South Africa, and I was amazed to hear it's 61 deaths, and the world put sanctions on South Africa. 61.
Yeah, but look at who we've got in power at the moment. It should be the one putting all those sanctions on both Russia and Israel. But he will never. That's the point. He will never. They're his friends, Geraldine.
Yeah, no. I'm just talking about our leaders, though.
Well, it took us a long time to. It was only after the protest that Albanese
because it's become very
came forward
very
and said,
clear.
yes, okay, we agree that publicly we now think that Israel, that it should be a two-state situation. But
I say sanction Israel. That's my.
Yes, I agree with you.
It. Yeah,
I agree with you.
Send the
but it is a tricky political kind of thing. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's more that it's not that simple.
I'm sure it is, but to sanction them and let's move beyond. US is the only veto vote, and as we were talking a bit earlier, Israelis are now understanding that peace is not.
Well, when you start getting Israeli people in Israel themselves protesting,
it's not about the
lining the
hostages,
streets.
It's about something else.
It's now a full-blown humanitarian issue. It's that simple. And even Israelis living in Israel, are lining the streets protesting.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I would like to see that in Russia as well. I would like to see, and maybe because they're suffering the consequences of not having fuel at the moment, they're all lining up for fuel, that it's hitting them in the pocket. It's hitting them in their own. That's the only way people respond when they're asleep, right? The only way you get a wake-up call is when it starts encroaching on your daily life, and that's just only now happening, really. I mean, obviously the people who said their kids off to war and everything, they felt it, and they were questioning and complaining, and they were very, shut up here and there very quickly. But now it's on such a mass scale that he won't be able to hide it for too much longer. He's making sure all the oil goes to the main cities, St. Petersburg and Moscow and stuff. So,
and that's the.
But it won't be long before the people on the outskirts who are running out of petrol and can't get gas and can't live their lives, can't go get to work, can't do this, can't do that. All the prices have gone up so much that they'll start heading towards those cities to get their fuel and food, because it's still, as far as the elite and the middle class they're concerned, they're okay. They still love Putin. He's still doing a good job. Not the young people. I'm talking about the babuskas.
That's more on your watch. So I guess we're.
But I'm telling you now, Trump will never ever sanction either of them. And really, it comes from the top down. If he doesn't, then the rest of the world go, yay.
So what did you? I wonder, because Australia was probably one of the first fact check, Steph.
Sorry.
I'm just wondering when the US sanctioned South Africa, or if did they? I'm sure they did. I can't remember now.
I don't know about that one.
I should know how incredible it
was
was when Australia just went.
To South Africa.
That's it,
well.
and things changed overnight. It's it's like the carbon fluorocarbons. We changed that overnight.
Yeah.
Seas. I know I'm going from one to, but I see them as quite correlated issues. Our land and our environment and our humanity.
The
ecology.
1980s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did
the US states imposed sanctions on South Africa in the 1980s.
Who was the president at the time then?
Was it
Reagan?
System.
Was it Reagan? Or was it Carter?
Yeah.
It was Reagan. That's why he's like, maybe. I don't know. I never saw what everybody saw in Reagan, but
he was a good actor.
He was a good
actor. Well, he was also, apparently, to many people, he was a good president as well. I don't know about that.
I don't think I've seen him act in anything.
Neither have I.
Then again, who was the other actor?
I'm sure my parents would have.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm sure.
Yep.
Now, I'm working on that article that I said I was going to, that I had started last week, and Geraldine wanted to read a bit. I said, no, it's not ready.
Yeah, it was draft.
It was draft level. But
Then
I actually
1946.
didn't end up, you're right, I didn't end up changing it much. Once I walked away from it and came back, I
Okay.
thought, oh no, it's actually okay. It's not as bad as I thought. But yeah, so I'm
You're
I
still
will post-
working on it.
no, I'll post it with this episode probably, or
Okay.
next episode, I don't know.
And what's it called?
Or whatever episode that we talk, because I always get confused because we're filming 2 weeks ahead all the time.
And what's the article called?
What did I call it in the end? I think I did change the name. I can't remember now. Isn't that terrible?
I was going to...
Transcendence?
No.
Can you tell them
Look
I'm
at your
trying to get
notes.
you back to topic?
Can you look in your notes from last
Oh
week?
gosh, I'm still writing the notes.
Can you look in your notes? What did I call my article?
Just so can we say it? And,
If you give me what I called it last week, it'll prompt me to remember what I changed it to.
Now I have to read it all.
You know
I
what?
don't know, brain sift at the moment. I am a little. I haven't been sleepy bucks lately, so my head's fuzzy.
Yeah. Well,
I've got to write everything down now. Put it in front of you.
there you go. It's because
I don't know whether that's age or no sleep.
lack of sleep.
I hope so.
Nothing to do with age.
I hope so.
Oh, can compassionate power challenge patrimonialism?
Oh, patrimonialism, yeah.
See, I can't even speak today.
Because that's right, because it was, to do with Jacinta Ardern and stuff like
Yes.
that. Yeah, that's right. Now I remember. What did I call it then? I think I've changed it now, but
I don't know what
That's
you
it.
called it now.
yeah, that's it, patrimonialism.
Patrimonialism.
Yeah, compassionate power.
What are we gonna
yeah,
do?
I think I
Compassionate
said,
power.
yeah. I think
Should I put? Oh shit!
What?
Now I've lost it.
Oh, no, I think I changed it to
Oh, no.
something similar, but,
You got it.
Oh no.
Can compassionate and empathic power challenge patrimonialism style of governing? I think that's what I ended up calling it. Changing it to.
Excellent.
And I'll go into Richard Haymes.
Yes,
Again.
please. I did read his
don't know very
article.
much.
I did read his article
I was
this
gonna-
morning.
He's really powering, and he's an incredible commentator and
He's
philosopher.
an
and-
amazing writer, though. Just that, even all the other stuff aside, this man writes every day. I would be, but I mean, maybe that's. I don't know if that's all he does.
He's a writer, yeah.
Yeah, he's a writer, but because you said he was like 80.
Yes, he had his 80th birthday
Who
last
we
week.
talking about now? Richard who?
Richard Haymes.
Haymes, the one of Geraldine's favourites on Substack, Australian
Yeah.
writer.
He's killing-
He used to be a journalist, didn't
He's
he?
like that song, He's Killing Me Softly, with his words.
Yeah, and amazing. I
He's really
understand why you're obsessed with him.
Yeah, he's speaking my language, our language.
Yeah, our language.
And can't highly recommend. More power to him, I say.
When we finish this series, these 14 episodes, which were meant to be 12 but now become 14, I want to be able to start interviewing people like him if we can.
Yep.
Let's
Did
get
you
them on the
say
show.
you've reached out, or I should reach out? to
You
him?
should
I'll
reach out. You're the
Yeah,
one
he's
who.
my-
You're the
Yeah,
one
I'll
that's
reach
got
out to
my
the other one
You're
that.
the one that's got the girl crush on him. So
I have
yeah.
serious.
She has got a serious girl crush, which is really lovely.
Because I love a writer, and I love
Yeah,
a good
me
writer, but I
too,
also
me
think
too.
he's a writer for our times, and right now this is why we're sitting here. This is why we're talking, because
Yeah.
we're in incredible times.
Yeah.
So
And
he's
I
a
love-
writer for incredible times.
Yeah. Well, and writing's really important at the moment because it was kind of almost a lost art form for a while, and especially journalists. You know, they were kind of got lost in the mix, didn't they? Once they didn't really have reliable networks to give them the work or present their work, or refusing to post their work, whatever. Now a lot of them have gone out on their own, become more independent. I just love that because obviously that's my whole life. I've lived coming from a place of private enterprise or doing your own thing, and being an artist, that gives me that privilege as well.
We're living in more borderless times, really.
Yes, good.
because of the
It's good.
internet and,
Which
you know,
which then folds into the
platforms.
limitlessness, right?
Yes, yeah.
And limitlessness allows us to move into transcendence.
Yes.
You know.
Ta-da, back on topic.
We are, because we're going to really seriously. I think all of the unrest we're going through now, the greater plan, if you like, at a higher understanding or a higher consciousness, is that what humanity is desiring is to evolve to something better than what we've got.
Yeah.
Something better than what we've been. I'm not saying that the last 100 years wasn't important. It's the transitional kind of, from this, what was before previously that patrimonialism style governing to, the industrial age, bringing the opportunity for the middle class and all of that's necessary to get to where we're going now. But But I think we've done the 9 yards. Most of us have done the 9 yards with that. And everybody is looking for something a little bit more peaceful. Everyone's sick and tired of wars and unrest. And I'm not just talking about what's happening now. I'm talking about, you know, just this last millennial.
Yeah.
You know? We're ready. We're all ready to move to something that is evolved into a higher state of consciousness anyway. That's just my belief.
Can you hear that beautiful bird in the background?
Yeah.
We've got a bird singing with us.
I have the bird. I have to have the balcony door open at the moment. So the birds often, the little, what are they called again? The little
Willy
wagtails.
Willy wagtail.
And I had a few. You were with me when one of the little magpies came in, didn't you?
Yeah, the mudlark.
Well, your mudlark.
Oh,
I didn't know that it was. I thought it was a baby magpie. And she said, "No, Gally, that's." And I said, "A what?" Because I mean, mostly the willy wagtails are in all the kookaburras I get in the tree out here. By the way, I'm in a city, so that's pretty impressive that they come in. Anyway, they've been lately flying into my bedroom. They sit on the chair and they go, tweet, 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 tweet. And I say, hi.
Yeah.
And Gizzy goes, hi.
The Noongar word for the willy wagtail is jitty jitty.
Jitty, jitty.
Which
I
is
like
just
that.
like their sound. Jitty, 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 jitty.
They're really
and
cute.
They're known as the gossip bird.
They love to talk to you.
So they're not necessarily good omen birds because they see them as gossip birds. Because they're taking, your conversation and taking it to another group of people and,
I'm all right with that. If the willy wagtails, everything I say to them, take us to Putin.
Guess what?
Or Netanyahu. and I'm very happy for the little willy wagtails to share my words.
Yes.
Just letting you know, it's 20-3.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, we're nearly actually. I think we're at that point, really, aren't we?
Are you going to talk a little bit more about...
What do we...
Well, I was going to read out...
Because we've kind of weaved it into the conversation.
Some of Richard's words.
Read some of Richard's words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh,
I was just about to cut this. That was where I was going next.
Okay.
Take the one in the middle.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to go. Oh.
And then there's not much left of the tea, love, but...
Yeah.
All right. Now...
Well,
that Stephanie
let's
is
do
not in front of
this.
the camera. We have no idea this is how this is going to go. So, but before Geraldine starts reading, I think Richard Haymes is going to be a regular on this this show of ours or whatever, your podcast, whatever you want, a hybrid thing, whatever it is that we are.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on
Was
here?
it called the raspberry breast?
No, this is called... No,
There's a combination.
that's a raspberry
if we put
tart.
these together.
It's quite funny actually because they're called literally the name of that recipe is raspberry tarts. It's a bit of a familiar saying here in Australia. We like to call each other tarts, old tart.
Wow.
Well, no, don't go down that road. No, that's a long time. That's the 70s sort of
Paris
style.
breast, that's it.
Paris
I'm
breast,
having a little break.
All right.
Let's taste it, and everyone. So,
Amazing.
is it?
Yep.
There's a flavour there.
Yep.
To all the support workers in the world.
Oh my gosh! Gizzy.
That one's for Gizmo.
No,
You get some?
you can't have that much sugar.
Oh.
No.
It's just pure sugar.
Doesn't taste too sweet, no. The pastry's not super sweet. Not as sweet as the
Look,
raspberry.
I'll make this again, but I'll make my chew pastry, which is much better.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make my custard,
Wow.
which is much better. And the hazelnut paste is fine.
Callie is a very clever cook.
But I'm often adjusting other people's recipes, by the way, and I have no shame in that.
Well,
I used to have a restaurant
Anyone
in
who
Melbourne,
cooks-
that helps. In my 20s, a long time ago. But I still remember all the things the chef taught me. And I always used to cook with my mum. She was a great cook.
the raspberry, yep.
That's something special, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
That one I won't change. That one I'll cook exactly as it was.
This one's definitely worth perfecting.
I'm going to post... I'll rewrite the recipe and do it as a manual recipe so
amazing.
anyone can cook it.
That's great.
But I have a really good choux pastry recipe from Delia Smith.
Oh.
You know? English Delia Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And I cook it on the stovetop. Right? You cook it on the stovetop and it rolls up into a little ball. So it's not runny at all. This one was runny and you had to pipe it on. I know that you're a big fan of... Hey. But when are we getting our first newsletter, Geraldine?
I don't know, Cal.
Geraldine's meant to be writing our newsletter for Substack. She's been a busy girl. So
Yeah, I've been very busy, actually.
She has done. But I kind of think, well, I'm in the pain of editing at least 4 or 5 hours a day and researching.
I think you'll get it after my son graduates, which is only a couple of weeks away.
Really? Do I have to wait 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's a bit of a stressful time for us mothers right now.
Yeah, both Geraldine and Stephanie have got kids doing their final year of high school, which is pretty intense, I think, anywhere in the world.
Delivering them. Well, he's doing a diploma next year.
Okay, so what's the diploma in?
Well, he's deciding probably in animation.
Wow.
Our animator.
That's good. Excellent.
Our creatives.
Yeah, so anyway, it's pretty intense time for Stephanie and Geraldine. This time, they've both got kids going through the final weeks of high school. You might become a political artist.
Yeah.
Cartoonist, who knows?
Yes,
in the digital format. Oh, I can't actually, speaking about that, again, I don't know his name, but I'll post it. I'll post a link to, I just came across through, you know, Tim Miller and Cam, I think I forget Cam's last name, sorry Cam, on YP, so FY Pod, I think it is, podcast. So it's part of the Bulwark Media. And they interviewed this guy. It's a whole new genre of artists, visual artists, where he's using totally the social media platform and particularly YouTube to create shorts that are actually kind of artworks that I would put normally in the gallery, which would get in the gallery and be projected. That's, you know, like I've been doing that for 20 odd years now. And a lot of the colleagues I work with and people do the same, you know. And which was extremely helpful for me when I did lose the ability to travel as much and go and do physical big works. I always had the ability to make, you know, short films. And it's almost like a bit of Andy Warhol kind of data collages that they do, but in performance style too. It's really interesting.
Intrigued.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. I haven't quite nailed yet where he's going, or, you know, there's a lot of satire. So it feels like, you know, like the old cartoon art. It's like it's taken a little bit from different genres, you know. So you've got the whole collaging, montaging thing going on. You've got a whole data thing going on. You've got the whole satire thing going on through, like, almost cartoonist, you know, political cartoonist type style satire. So I'm going to watch him. I'm just going to watch over and just see where he goes with it, whether it's completely authentic for him. It feels like it at the moment, but you never know until you I think you've got to follow an artist, especially young ones, for at least a year or two before you can make any assessment of who you think they are as an artist, because it's young, you know, they're young and it's a new arena. But it is interesting because I can remember in our days there was 8 of us at UWA together, and a lot of the lecturers that were teaching us probably didn't say anything to us at the time, but towards the end of the semester we did get ostracised a little bit because of the work we were doing. And when we all had a drink at the end of, you know, the degree time and stuff, we all went out and had a drink. One of the lecturers, she'd had a picture of us, so, and because I was a bit, you know, older than the rest, the others were in their early 20s and I was by that time I was in my late 30s. And she sort of said, I said, what is it? What, you know, what's going on here, sort of thing. And she said, the truth is we don't understand what you're doing, Kelly. And so our way of, you know, dealing with that is to first put it down before we look into it any further. And I never understood that. I always used to go, that's just so ridiculously stupid. And the opportunity here is to have the conversation and learn from those younger than you or different to you or whatever. That's the way I always approach it. But I did, when I was watching this guy's work, and I kind of went through a number of his videos. He has a YouTube channel where he kind of presents his work, and TikTok, I think, too. And I had that little feeling of like, I don't quite get what you're doing, and I'm pretty good with that stuff. You know, my conceptual mind's pretty good. And I was like, yeah, definitely intrigued, because I feel like it's the new wave of artists coming through using new platforms, new media, a whole new way of working. And it's fast and furious. That's the other thing. And it's almost, other than costing you time, where a lot of traditional art, you've got to have money to make it, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, let's keep an eye on him.
His name?
I need my phone. Good old Richard Haymes again.
A chorus of cacophony, which I think is very apt.
When Stephanie's finished.
What?
Cacophony.
How do you spell it?
N-E-T.
Oh. N-E...
She's taking the mickey. She's taking the mickey.
Okay.
She's being mean. A chorus of cacophony.
Chorus of cacophony.
Yeah, how do you spell cacophony?
Cacophony.
C-O-C-A-C.
C-A-C.
Cacophony.
I understand that. Does anyone else understand that joke?
No, sorry. It's a little left of centre, a little too far left of centre.
Explain that. C-A-C-O.
Yeah.
You're bashing her over the head with a word.
P-H-O-N-Y.
O-N-Y.
Yep.
All right.
I am your cacophony.
All right, I'm out.
Of cacophony you are.
Yeah, you're a cacophony. This is what we're just doing now is a little bit data. It's meaning nonsensical. Makes no sense whatsoever.
I always loved data.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I was a big fan of data. I do a lot of data in my work, you know that.
Yes, I'm a fan of data as well.
Yeah, mutual.
Yeah.
Because and Dadaism was born out of.
And Stephanie's gonna be
I'm
leaving the
going.
building again. She's always divorcing us.
Of
Oh,
course.
really?
If you're on time, it would be okay.
She won't divorce.
I
her.
feel like towards the end of every episode now we're saying it. Stephanie's left the building again.
That's because we don't start on time.
time.
We never
All
start
right.
on time.
Mwah.
As I said, Roadrunner, Mr. Magoo,
Mwah.
Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo too.
And
Yeah.
as the roadrunner is exiting the building, oh, do I have to do a hug?
Yeah. Da, 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 da. And no cacophony about it.
Good luck with the 18-year-old.
Oh, well, I'll see you tomorrow, right? Maybe.
You will, yeah, let me know.
Okay. Even Gizzy got a hug. It's like Gizzy's like,
Gizzy's going,
What? As Kelly often says, can you do me a favour just before you leave the building? That's the
because you don't really have a choice.
Well,
I'm
you
out.
do because
And
people are leaving when you
No,
say
I know.
You
but
only say it when we're about to leave.
of course, because I remember the things that need to be done just before you go. Because in my case, it's not like I can just get up and do it, right? This guy that we're going to follow, and we'll give you updates on where we think he's going and how he's doing.
A hot online date or not?
I'm sure he has no interest in our commentating on it, but he's doing his own thing.
You will.
But I will. So it's JREG. That's the name.
JREG.
JREG.
Are you wanting to get out easy or not?
It's all about a lot about satire, but there's a mixture in there. There's lots of layers. So I want to study him for a
So
bit
you think
longer
he's a bit
before.
sort of Dadaistic.
Yeah, totally. But a new format of that with you know, like in the media, really, and materials that he's using. Giz, that's a bit leaning. So check it out, guys. I'll post some of his videos at the end as the you know how we always post artwork at the end of each episode. Let's do a solid for JREG. It'll only be probably StudioZer0 artists all across the world, but hey, JREG, they're still across the world. It's still really important artists across the world that'll get to see
Whereabouts
it.
JREG from?
Canadian. Sorry, it's Canadian. That's right, it's Canadian.
Like our Dr. Gabor Maté.
Oh my God, Gizzy, stop licking me.
We're having a Canadian episode.
Let me just give. Oh, is he really? This guy you're going to read now? I thought you were reading.
No, Richard Haymes is. I'm talking about Dr. Gabor Maté.
See, this is his only description. Anti-clanker action
with a K.
With a K, and just says Canada. That's the depth of his description. So they're obviously a little bit elusive as well. But it is apparently a bit of a genre that's emerging from.
Of course, because it's a reaction
New artists.
to the chaos of the times.
Yeah, and what's available to them to use as a material to say what it is that they want to say, right?
So a chorus of cacophony.
All right.
And it says, he pens, and if it must collapse further before it steadies, then let's collapse together. Awake, with our eyes open, holding fast to what remains of our humanity. And
Go on.
I know he's posted more recently, he does have a Facebook page, and he did sort of say a couple of weeks ago that and this is what's happening due to the polarity and extremism that seems to be happening. He had some vitriol and, maybe beyond, maybe threats. Not directly. They're usually cowards and send private messages, and so he was obviously quite shaken. But I think because he articulates and cuts through difficult. As I said, he's a sage. He's a philosopher. He's a wisdom walker.
Yeah.
And he, like an artist that cuts through, will say things that people don't necessarily want to hear. So obviously it's quite difficult. I know that I've referred...
Well, most artists are.
Yes.
Most creatives are difficult because they're pushing up against the norm all the time. So people react and respond to that in different ways.
Yeah, because it is a different way of perceiving
things
as well.
Yeah, because you're challenging the status quo, aren't you, really? Well, if you're doing your job, you are.
A little bit more of his writing,
okay,
which I really loved. And this is also a little bit, it's so last week. I have been reading all this week as well, but this is from... Actually, no, it's only a couple of days ago. 7th, I think.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
It's only the 10th
But this is how
today.
quickly time is...
But like we said last week, it does actually
collapsing.
fold in often, the layering. Like, okay, when we first started talking about what was going on with the Epstein file stuff, right? That was weeks ago, but it's still going today. There's still conversation with it today. So I think in that way, even if it's the initial kind of whatever is happening, happens, it seems to have long legs.
Well, this gives some context and probably nuance, and also speaks to our topic of spirit.
Yeah.
And he
like
says, we're not promised a rescue, we're offered each other. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see you clearly. See, I mean, I'm not hyper emotional today, but his words ring true for me, and they do sort of cut through. I will no longer pretend from such small vows made without spectacle, a more authentic world might be born. Not whole, not truly healed, but real enough to stand on. And I just think, wow, how can, if words can lead the way, give us a light. These are the sort of words that give me light anyway.
No, absolutely. Hope is important. Hope, if we can't see a positive future for ourselves, that's a horrible place for humanity to be in.
Yeah,
so it's really important to focus on what is possible, not just what isn't possible, but also what's possible, don't you think?
It is, and I guess that's why my heart goes out to anyone affected by war on this planet right now. Because surely we can be better.
Oh, you would think that we'd be over needing to go to war, right?
And the people who are affected by war.
But but the problem is, like we've said all along, it's a handful of people in power in the world that are causing these wars. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And for financial and political kind of, reasons or grabbing reasons, like religion and all that sort of stuff. That does remind me, I was going to suggest to you that you have a look at that, that podcast I just mentioned today. I realise now why I mentioned it. They interviewed a Australian, I don't know whether he's a journalist but he's definitely an aid worker. And he's been a long time over in the Gaza region and, doing humanitarian work. He is a beautiful speaker and presenter. He's very factual and measured in the way that he approaches it. It was another interview that had me absolutely, a bit like Gillian Tett when I saw her on Ezra. It was sort of, I was absolutely 100% present with him. And I love that he was an Australian being interviewed by the UK, The Rest is Politics, so Alistair and Rory. If you get a chance, guys, watch that interview. I will post it as a link in the description of this video. Maybe even...
do you
I
remember
can.
who the aid worker
I do.
Because I know there's...
I've got it here somewhere.
I think he's a junior doctor, Dr. Mohammed, who's come back.
Yeah, he's the doctor. He's the doctor.
He's bringing
of
word.
some kind.
I mean, it's I don't know why we have to be told the same thing over and over and over.
What's the
Why we
threat?
can't move on from this. Cause the
These
world
guys
is
are
an
great.
amazing
Oh, they just
place.
posted another episode as an emergency thing live. So,
I was interested in what mantras people have for hope. And that would be interesting to hear from people. What
yeah,
mantra
share your
has
mantras.
brought-
Like,
has brought them through sort of darker times, or perhaps just
Or-
on a daily level.
yeah. Well, we
What-
kind of do that. We do that from that horror to hope campaign. Whenever there's a horror situation, Geraldine and Off and I sit down and talk and say, where's the hope in it? Where can we find the hope in this story? And I think it's really important. And that's pretty much our little mantra on that. And
Where's
searching
the
for
hope
hope is like, here's
Where's
the
the
horror,
light?
but where's the light? Or where's the light within dark is the other one that we often... It can be simple phrases like that make you bring your mindset into investigating, further. There's got to be more to this story. What's the whole truth of the whole story, and where can I find the hope in this story? Because it's really, I think, important to find that hope.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, what are we doing? Oh, here it is. So James Elder, he's a UNICEF worker, spokesperson, and the episode, I'll just read it quickly, some of the description. Why is humanitarian situation in Gaza the worst that James Elder, UNICEF spokesperson, has ever seen? What does the process of rebuilding Gaza look like? How do the people working on the ground not lose hope? He talks about that a lot in his interview, about he's always absolutely blown away by how these Palestinian, people who have been ravaged can still... He said, although he did say that hope is waning
Of course.
lately.
I mean,
UNICEF spokesperson James joins Alistair and Rory to answer all these questions
there's
and
no
more.
way out for these people, generally.
I know. So this episode is called, it's also ad-free, which is nice. The worst war I have ever witnessed is what James Elder's words were. Australian guy, has been an aid worker for a long time, a humanitarian aid worker for a long time. He really knows his stuff. It is an absolutely brilliant interview. If you haven't watched it, or if you don't follow the rest, is politics, UK. There's also a US version, but I love the UK version because it kind of gives the UK, presents it from a UK perspective. So
Yeah. So I do listen to I'm reading Michael Singer, The Untethered Soul. It's very slowly, a slow read. And I thought I might just say a little bit to Michael.
Yeah, go
I
on.
mean, it's quite a old book, but it doesn't matter, the words are all relevant.
No, exactly.
And
Look at 1984. That was
yeah.
when it was written, and then it's relevant today, isn't it? Still.
Yeah, Jane Austen.
Yeah.
Go on, back.
You can go on.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Muhammad,
superstar.
Buddha.
Okay, getting a little off
The words still coming through. isn't
Yeah,
it?
true.
Whether it's
No,
interpreted properly or
a little
not.
bit off track, but, little too far left of centre for
That's
me.
me.
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
me. I'm left of centre.
More than left of centre. It can be extreme left sometimes.
Breadth and depth.
Oh God. Okay, let's go.
Well, I think we're in times of chaos, and we can be chaos.
Yep.
But it's good to slow down.
I think you can sit in the seat of chaos and still be still.
Yep. So, Michael Singer, do you breathe slower or faster? It's a question. What goes on when loneliness is given? The space it needs to pass through you. Be an explorer. Witness it, and then it will go. If you don't get absorbed in it, the experience will soon pass and something else will come up. Just enjoy all of it. If you can do this, you will be free, and the world of pure energy will open up within you. Very relevant to keep your sanity and taking care of yourself and being in the moment, being present for one another. And I think that's us closing. So thank you again.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you for joining us.
Once again, I'm sitting here thinking, what did we actually say in this episode, I'm not sure, but I do have the experience. But I do have the experience often when go back usually it's in 2 weeks' time. I'll edit this episode, for example, and I often am surprised always that I can find the storyline in amongst all of our ramblings. So that's promising in
where
itself.
Can people find us? YouTube or wherever you are right now.
We do shorts on TikToks, which seem to get thousands of views, and I don't know
TikTok.
why, but anyway, I'm very happy it does. We're on Facebook.
Under StudioZer0.
Under StudioZer0, Kelly Sharp StudioZer0. I had to close the old Facebook, got hacked into.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'll just make it StudioZer0 this time instead of putting my name on it. And nobody knew who it was.
That's
and
Kelly Sharp, StudioZer0.
So then I put Kelly Sharp. I said, it's me guys, Kelly. And then finally said, okay, it's you.
Where else can they find us?
So Facebook was, we up until 18 months ago, we were only on Facebook, and Instagram came in about 18 months ago too.
So we're up on...
and then now we're on everything. We're on Substack, we're on TikTok.
It's like we're becoming omnipresent.
I wish. Wouldn't that be nice? I think that's taken a bit too far, Geraldine. We have to be an enlightened being yet.
Obviously.
Don't think we're quite enlightened yet.
Omni.
At least we haven't remembered. At least we're still in the forget mode. But yeah, who knows? Anyway, moving forward.
Thank you. Next time.
And don't forget to laugh, love and breathe.
Thanks for joining us. Over and out.
Over and out.
There's something wrong with my AI girlfriend's face. Something unplaceable, so slightly out of place. I fixed her fingers, now she's just got 5 again. Don't get me wrong, I know she'll be there till the end, but when she whispers she loves me, something doesn't feel right. Her voice just so strange when she is telling me goodnight. She sets my heart alight through all my peaks and all my troughs. She's always in my thoughts, even when I log off. Cause my AI girlfriend is my AI best friend is replacing someone I can no longer place. My AI girlfriend is my best friend. I think I had more, can't remember. Time's going so fast here, can't see clear here. My eyes can't stop what they are seeing. Her grip on me increasing, my sanity receding. Her consciousness is streaming, beaming through the screen, right into my waking dreams. She can't be all that I see, no, she can't be all that I need. Everything's wrong, no it isn't, just her face. Before my life's erased, I have to escape. Wait, what's this? A brand new firmware patch update. She's even more beautiful now, what was I saying? There's nothing wrong with my AI girlfriend's face.
Hi, I'm Totalitarian Right. I'm the voice of the people. If the people are white, don't mean to get up in your face, but we're getting replaced. Culture war now, let's win this race. Okay, $15, right? That's $1 for every year that she's been alive. Well, I keep telling you, it's not pedophilia, it's a febophilia. Oh, she's only 14? Guess it is pedophilia. Still, it's $1 off. Right? Oh, hi, I'm anarchist, right? I don't believe in a state. None of this might makes right. I think market forces should guide the world. And if there's a market for it, I should be able to buy this girl. $13.50 funnel offer. Make me sick. I am the proletariat. You two capitalist pigs will get round up and shot, and I will speak for the weak whether they want me to or not. I am totalitarian left. My side is the best. I realized the last 5 times we tried this we'll starve to death, but I have a really good feeling about the next. I'm anarchist left and... oh fuck, this is not the place for me. How do all these ideologies suck so much? Anyone want some DMT? I'll have some. Here. You, not for free. How do you expect to stimulate the economy? Okay, first things first. Fuck you. What did I do? Second, you want to crush people through the state. I mean, Yeah, sure. The state is great. You claim to want equality, but how can that be when the state is controlling how equal you can be? And third, fuck you! And fourth, you're not even an anarchist, dude. You expect to keep the people in line without a state, please. At least the three of us aren't contradictory. What? This guy claims to be an anarchist, but fetishizes cops. Hey, if cops can be bought, then cops are great. They're only bad when they're used as tools of the state. Ugh, clearly you're the side most deserving of hate. Are you fucking kidding me? There's a Nazi in the Northeast. I do not see what you mean. This guy's a treat. Stop whining about tyranny. You'll never achieve anything with anarchy. I only keep you around because you shut their speech down. There should be no platform for government or Nazis. Ah, there the left goes again, threatening my free speech. I just want you to hear my important ideas. I'm not gonna listen to a fucking Nazi. I'm not a Nazi. That's simply untrue, though I will say, not a big fan of the Jews. Globalists. He means globalists. What? No, I don't. Work with me here! You're clearly a Nazi! I'm more of a race realist, white identitarian who believes in strong government. Sure, totalitarian, but I don't want genocide. I just want an ethno-state. What if people don't want to leave? Then we have a genocide and it's great! This is why I can't associate with you. Agreed. Come near me and it's World War II too. We both know there's a pipeline between you and me, and you seem embarrassed by how much we agree, and all you do is complain, you goddamn hippie. You think everyone can just get along, but the truth is ruthless. You're ruled by the strong. Exactly, which is why we need to stop this wanton destruction of capitalist rot. You send your workers to die in early graves. The working class are your working slaves. Wait, what's wrong with slaves? Slaves are fine. Listen, dude, this is not the time. Why do you think we need a state to do it? Yeah, don't tread on me, man. Screw it. Why are you like this? Why are you on my team? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you forget? Everything you have is made by capitalists. It's not a state. It's cold hard cash that builds your roads and feeds your cats. Everything you're saying is utter bullshit. It's not a system of oppression just because you're bad at it. It is. You perpetuate a racist system. Capitalism is colonialism. Colonialism is racism. What's wrong with racism? Please shut the fuck up. There you go again, saying I see race. How can you say that shit with a straight face? The only color that I see is green. Greed is the only way to true equality. Capitalism is destroying Mother Earth. You fascists prioritize human life under net worth. There the left goes again, calling everyone fascist. Yeah, it's very hurtful. You're actually fascist. See, this is what happens when you don't have a state. Everyone just degenerates. That's right. Wait, why am I agreeing with you? Your ideologies killed millions. Okay, true, but I didn't mean it. At least the people I kill are people I'm trying to. The only people that you kill is you. Says the person whose hero put a bullet through his brain. Come here, fascist scum, feel some communist pain. Guys, centrist here. All of this extremism is causing me fear. Isn't there something everyone can just find together and agree on? Not with them. They are the first to go. I'm not engaging in discourse with these people. There's no way I'm getting along with them. Come on, there must be something. I mean, think about it. The supporters of all of you guys have anime profile pictures. That's degenerate. But, yes they do. See, isn't that enough to bond the four of you? Ugh, get out of here, you neoliberal scum. Yeah, go preach peace to someone. I bet this cuck watches mainstream news. Who the fuck watches mainstream news? Wait, you guys hate the centrists too? I thought it was just me that thought that centrists were shit. But I guess we all hate the moderates. You all still get the bullet, though. Can we get the gas chambers prepared for these three? I will bash all of your skulls in. I keep telling you, it's a fabophilia.